Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my fountain pen collection. So I don't have a wildly large collection. I got my first fountain pen and I think either it was late 2019 or early 2020. Terrible experience, thought that like it just wasn't for me. And then throughout, I think it was late 2021 and until now, I've been like slowly kind of collecting one or two here and there. So yeah, I still have a relatively small collection, but I still thought that I would share. Quickly, before we get started, if you're new here, my name is Jay. On this channel, I do a lot of planner productivity type content. I also do makeup, conscious consumerism type content as well. This channel over the past year has really just become my like creative corner on the internet, and I've been having a lot more fun with YouTube since I kind of made that switch to include whatever I kind of want to talk about. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, I hope these stick around. You can also follow me on Instagram at planswithjay if you're interested, and without further ado, let's just hop into it. First things first, let's talk about the one that is like my everyday pen and that lives in my planner actually full time. So this is my everyday pen. This is my Pilot Vanishing Point in the extra fine. I actually got this for Christmas last year from my family, and this is what I've been using in my Hobonichi weeks and also the planner that I'm using for 2023. I really enjoy this pen. It is a really thin line, and I appreciate that because it writes most similarly to like a gel pen. Prior to using this, I used to use a 0.38 gel pen, and this has like the most similar look, and I really enjoy it. I like the click mechanism. It makes it really easy for planning where you just want to pull out a pen and write something down to not have to like twist off the cap and post it. I really enjoy this pen a lot. So that is my first fountain pen. Next, we're going to go into this pouch, which this is my Yuruliku 3 pen pouch in the brown shade. I really like this pen pouch. It's got super smooth zippers. It's got leather pull tabs. So this is what it looks like on the inside. You've got just a slip pocket here and then a shorter slip pocket here. I just have like a little die cut in here. And then over here, you actually have 3 pen loops or pen sleeves, I guess. I don't know exactly what you'd call it, but yeah. So in here, I keep like my most used favorite fountain pens, aside from this one, which lives in the pen loop of my actual planner. So let's get started. First, I have my Kaweco Sport Brass, and this is a fine nib. I love this fountain pen so much. I bought this one for myself for graduation when I graduated university, and I absolutely love this pen. I know a lot of people are not a fan of this pen because of its weight. I actually find it as a pro. I just really enjoy the way that it writes and the weight distribution in my hand, even though it is a lot heavier. I also like that because it's brass, it patinas and changes color and develops character, much like the way leather does on like a planner or a handbag. So I really enjoy this pen. I'm actually have no idea for some of these what ink is currently in them. I'm gonna do an ink collection video at some point, and at some point I'm gonna like empty these all out and refill them all. I'm not sure exactly which one is in here. It's a Sailor ink though, I don't know which one, but I love that one. That's in a fine if I didn't mention that. And then the other Kaweco that I have is actually this olive green one. I love the color of this pen, but also how it writes. These are supposedly the same nibs, but they write very differently. I don't know if it's because of the ink that's in them or because they were just slightly manufactured a little bit differently. But I really enjoy this pen a lot. This one has a lot of wear on it because this is the one I used to just toss in my purse when I was going to like a coffee shop, or yeah, mainly like a coffee shop to journal. But I really love this pen. I love the tone of it. I like that the Kaweco was written in gold, and then I bought the gold clip for it, and the price point of this pen is fantastic. So over here in the pen slots, I actually have my 3 Sailors. They're all Pro Gear Slims. I really enjoy Sailors. It started with this one. This is the first one I ever bought, and this is the Pro Gear Slim in the Line Friends Brown. And I fell in love with the nib, with how it wrote. I really like the style of the pen, the way that it looks. I like the gold nib. I just really fell for this one. I really like that it also has like 3 tones of brown. You've got like the darker brown down here where you hold it. You've got this lighter brown throughout the body, and then both of the ends have this like really light cream color. It's an incredibly neutral pen. It's very much like my color scheme. I just really fell in love with it, and it writes beautifully. So after that, I decided that I wanted to try and get another Sailor because I have 3 ink colors that I typically have inked up at all times. I tend to have like a tan brown or a deep brown, and then I always have like an olivey forest green, and then I always have a black. So I wanted to have ideally 3 Sailors so that I could have each one of them inked up with those 3 colors that are my continual go-tos. So after getting the Line Friends, I actually went ahead and got this one. This is the Shiki-Ori 10,000 Leaves pen. It's this metallic dark green. It's like a foresty green with also the gold. And I like that the top and bottom of this one has black on it. This is a really beautiful pen. It also has that Sailor 14K gold nib, and it's incredibly beautiful. So that was the second Sailor I bought, and I really enjoy that one. And then the last one, this is another one of the Sailor Shiki-Ori. This is the Autumn Moon pen, and this one is again a really neutral pen that I love. It's cream. It's got like faint glitter in there. You can only see it if you're up close. I'm gonna stand up and see if I can get the camera to capture it. Yeah, you can kind of see it here through the body. It's got the faintest of glitters, but I love that because it's really understated, but it has that unique element to it. I like that it's cream, gold, and black, very, very neutral. And again, it's a Pro Gear Slim and it has that 14K nib. So yeah, those are the 5 pens that I actually keep in this pouch. Now the other pouch that I have is one that's like not actually set up. It's this one from Heinmo. That's not the brand though. I can't remember what the brand is. It's a really popular one, but I can link it down below. So this one just has like the extras, okay? So first things first, it's got my Sailor Horokoro, which is just a dip pen. It has a small nib. I don't remember the exact sizing on this. And then it also came with a larger, more blunt squared off nib. So I really like this dip pen because you can put the lid on it and it makes it easy, nice to travel with, because it's not gonna like, you're not gonna get ink in case you didn't wipe it all off of the nib. You're not gonna get any ink in like your pen pouch or anything, or your bag. Next, I've got my Lamy Safari in Powder Rose, and this is a fine nib. I had a Lamy Safari in a fine, or maybe it was an extra fine. I think it was an extra fine in the matte black one, and I hated it. That was the first ever fountain pen that I got. And then I bought this one like 2 years or a year after that. I don't like this pen. It hasn't been inked up in a really long time. I might ink it up soon here just to see how I feel about it now that I've been using a lot more different kinds of pens and been using fountain pens for a longer time and just have more experience with them. But from what I remember, I'm really not the biggest fan of that pen. And then I've got another Kaweco. I really like Kawecos. This is the Kaweco Sport in the shade Macchiato. And I love this. It's got a medium nib though, so I haven't inked it up in a long time. It's just a lot more broader than what I typically like to go for. I typically like to stay in the fine. All of the ones in here, these 2 are fine, these 3 are medium fine, And then my vanishing point is extra fine, and I only like my vanishing point in extra fine because I use it for planning as opposed to journaling. I don't mind a little bit more of a thicker tip. As opposed to journaling, I don't really mind a little bit more of a thicker line, but this is a medium. It's just too big for me. I don't mind using it at some point, but at this point I actually need to get another converter because I only have 2 Kaweco converters, and both of them are in my fine, in the brass and the olive, so I don't actually have something to ink this up with. And because it's a pen that the nib size isn't my favorite of, every time I go to the stationery store, I forget to get another converter, and I feel like that's all I need to know about it, right? So then here I have lastly here I have my 2 TWSBIs. This is the TWSBI Rose Gold, and this is in the fine nib. I really like these pens, actually. They hold a lot of ink, which is nice if you write a lot. They're incredibly smooth. They're built really nicely. I really enjoy these pens. And then this is the TWSBI Eco in the clear. So same pen, this one has the rose gold and this one's completely clear, but I really like these pens. I think these were what did it for me. After, I'm pretty sure I got the Lamy and then I got the TWSBI. And TWSBI really was like what got me actually into fountain pens for the first time and understanding why other people liked them and enjoyed my experience with them. And then I think after I got the TWSBIs, I got my 2 Kawecos, and then it just kind of continually evolved from there. But these are beautiful pens. If you're looking to try fountain pens for the first time, I would urge you to start with a TWSBI or with a Kaweco. I have heard that some people have had problems with their Kawecos, but I rarely ever hear people have issues with the TWSBI Eco. And yeah, if you're looking for a first-time pen, this really is the one that I would recommend. But that is my entire collection. I really don't have a huge number of them, and right now I feel incredibly satisfied with them. Yeah, right now I feel incredibly satisfied with them. There's not a whole bunch of them that are on my wish list right now, if any, actually. Like, of course, the Sailor Every Thorn has its rose, and there's another one from Sailor that I would love to get, but like I'm not out here trying to find it. And a lot of those were all of the ones I like from Sailor. They're all limited edition, so you're gonna pay the premium now unless you get it used. Anyway, those are my fountain pens, and I feel good about it. I really like this Luku pen pouch, by the way. If you're into fountain pens and have a smaller number of them, this pen pouch is great. I find that even though it's made for 3, I can fit 5 because essentially when I close it, these 2 sit in these ridges here. So they don't stack on top of each other. They lay flat in there, and I haven't had an issue with them. So yeah, that's my collection. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know down below. Eventually, I will do like an ink collection video. I think that would be fun. Also, if you didn't know, I do work with Ferris Wheel Press. I have an affiliate link with them, or not an affiliate link, an affiliate code. If you choose to use it, it's PWJ. You'll get 10% off, and then I do get a little bit of financial kickback, but I would really appreciate if you do use it, if you choose to buy anything from their website. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head out. I hope that you guys had as fun of a time as I did. Before you head out, I love you take a second to like and subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated, and I'll catch you guys I will catch you guys next time. Bye.